Let me set up real quick before I get going. Is that all right? Can you hand me that rock and that leaf, please?
It's one of those evenings.
I've had one of those days too, Monica.
Hold on a second.
Something's in the air.
Hold on a second.
Wow, we're getting paid this evening. I like this one.
I try to use demonstrations.
Demonstrations.
Very demonstrative.
Come with it.
All right. Let me just a second. Let me get this together real quick. And I'll start in just a minute. All right. Well, today I'm going to talk about the beginning age of the ATM. But before we start talking about the ATM, we must talk about this and this. Because a lot of people don't understand what the power of money is today. And the reason why I did this is because I've done some research. I am a biblical scholar and I do believe in doing research. But think about this. I want everyone to take a part of this because I'm going to ask questions at the end. What is that right there?
This is a leaf.
That's a leaf, right? Can you hand this to her?
Okay.
What is that?
It's a rock.
A rock. Okay. So let's keep going down the road. Let's just hand this out. Don't take it. Just keep it.
Oh, okay.
I'm just
Great.
kidding.
Oh.
So, the reason for that is because the reason why I'm talking about the ATM machine is because people don't understand without money, there's no ATM. Would you agree? Because without the ATM, it's like a glove and a ball. They go together. And I told you guys earlier I play baseball, so it's like going to the plate without a pitcher. You got to have one without the other. And the reason why I did a demonstration is because people say that money is the rule of all evil, but it's not the money, it's the people that control the money. And that brings me to the next thing I want to say. Now, what is this? Is it
Dollar.
a dollar? Can someone else talk about this? This is a dollar. So what does this money do?
Helps towards provision, food, clothing.
You're so smart. What about you?
Well, it would buy me a Coke.
We'll buy you a Coke. Anita, what do you say this is?
It's a piece of paper.
It's a piece of paper. But originally I gave you guys what did I give you? Give it
A leaf.
a leaf.
Rock.
A leaf and a rock.
A coin.
Do you realize when we walk around every day, there's gravel and there's the ground, correct?
Yeah.
Well, you guys can talk to me, right? You can talk to me. But what is this made out of? Where does this come from?
Wood.
Trees.
Wood and a tree. Can you give me that leaf back if you don't mind? This leaf. I took this because I was thinking today, I said, an automatic teller machine. And earlier Anita made a little demonstration about the beginning of the ATM machine. That was extremely well, Anita. But these two go together. They're like friends. Like I said earlier about the bat and the ball. Would you agree these are friends?
Yeah.
They go together. Now, if I go like this and throw it away in that garbage and throw this away, what happens to this dollar? What happened to the value of it? Does the value decrease? No, it doesn't. But people cut grass every day. And the reason I say that because the people's mindset needs to change with this. Because if we can value this, we surely can value this. Would you agree? I'm just trying to get you guys to see where I'm going. Because the problem is, people always talk about, I don't have enough money, recession is bad, the yada, 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 yada. There's recession, but, back in the 40s, there was a deep depression back in the day. Deep depression. And right now, it's amazing from doing my research that I've done, more millionaires and billionaires are made every day from a depression, from a recession. And I've done some research in the Forbes magazine back in 2002. There was 70% of the millionaires and billionaires did not have a college degree. What does that have to do with money? Well, it has a lot to do with money. The reason I say that is because the gentleman that I'm getting ready to talk about, his name was, I just lost it. His name was a really weird name, Luther George Simja. He was from Turkey. Now, Now explain this to me. How can some guy from Turkey come over and have his, his machine, I'm going to go a little bit more deeper in the machine in just a minute, and put the rock in the grass. It all originated from the dirt. This came from the dirt. I'm just making you guys follow history a little bit. But the problem was, this dollar is still from that same leaf where I just compared it to this leaf. So I said that to say this. Back in the day, we had weights and shackles and talents. Can you see yourself putting some weight in the ATM machine? Can you see yourself putting this leaf through a teller machine? Can you see that rock through a teller machine? Can you see that? No. The reason I said that is because I want you guys to look at this, because just the value, money has changed over the years and over the decades. And we have to realize how valuable this piece of paper is. You know, the reason I say it is because I am a money scholar. I love talking about money. I'm a little bit elaborate, but the point to the matter is, Mr. George Syvel was not a charlotte. He was not a charlotte. He was not a fake. He was not a pretend. And it's amazing because this guy came from Turkey. From Turkey. You know how you go to all these different gas stations? I know you guys see this all the time. This gas stations you see, and also Subway. You see all these different India people that came over from overseas to take over Subway. And I said that because that same dollar, the same weights that you see in this book, the same stones, the same talents that we have seen back in the day, their value of their money is totally different from our value. It's amazing how people from other countries come over here and they value their money totally different than we are. What does that have to do with the ATM? Well, it's amazing how the ATM has started and established, because at one time, the ATM was called a cash point, a cash machine. A cash point and a cash machine. Now, from doing this research, it kind of blew me away. Can you believe they used to call the ATM a hole in the wall? That's what it was called, a hole in the wall. You know, back in the day, it was called that. The machine was made to take jobs away. People say, nowadays they're taking jobs away, but back early days, before 1972, the machine was designed to take away jobs. Think about that. You never think about that, because every time you see an ATM down the road, you see an ATM machine that means someone's job's being taken away. But we never think about that, really. We never really think about that. But that was the reason for doing my research about that. But the ATM machine was invented by IBM. I don't know if you guys knew that. The idea came from Mr. Luther Syvel. But the actual physical invention came from IBM. They were the very first company to put the ATM machine together. And with that, it's called the automated teller machine. But let me tell you what I call it. Always taking money. So that's what I say about the ATM machine, because we're always taking money from it for the most part. A lot of people don't go to the ATM machine to put money in it. Let's be honest. We don't put money in the ATM. We may go to the bank for the most part. Most of us. We don't do that. But, it also originated back in 1972 by the name of Lloyd Bank. It was in a UK, United Kingdom. This was the very first one was that. But before that, I'd done some more research. As I kept reading and kept doing research, the very, very first ATM, you're not going to believe where it came from. Tokyo, in 1966. Now that doesn't amaze me with Tokyo, with Japan. They're always more advanced when it comes to certain things. And it just amazed me that from doing all this research, I keep digging more and I keep coming up with more stuff. But back to that again, doing all that research, they also call this ATM, because I like to do demonstrations when I'm speaking. This is a dead car, so it don't matter to me. So this car right here, they designed this car so you'll be able to take money out of the ATM machine. And also remember, take away jobs and take money. Because I just said before, always taking money. And so I said that to say this. That is the beginning stage of the ATM machine.